Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's going to be a larger presentation next month with the consultant, but I thought it would be helpful to just quickly review the schedule and some of the goals and visions of the safety improvement program. You might recall the safety action plan is an effort with the Martha's Vineyard region as well as Franklin County regions. We got a federal grant to do this analysis of 5 years of crash statistics to come up with recommendations for improving safety in the community. This meeting is used to just, again, share the vision, goals, and project locations. And there's a schedule to kind of notes that the July meeting will be used to do a full presentation to the Planning Commission. And then at the August meeting, close a public review period of that draft action plan and take any other public comments later at your August meeting. And then in September, before we close out the grant and the contract with the consultants, we'll make all the edits that need to be made for the final document. The vision is the same as the long-range transportation plan, a safe, accessible, and affordable transportation system with vehicle limitations that is sensitive to the island. Keeping that vision for our safety plan, since it's the overarching transportation vision, it's part of specific goals. A required goal is actually taking a goal to reduce fatality and serious injuries. And the language in this plan right now is being proposed to include in the draft, reducing those fatal serious injury crashes by 50% by 2030 and 75% by 2040, which we get about 4 of these serious and fatal crashes a year. The idea is by 2040 that's less than 1 per year that we're on average, with an ultimate goal of being 0. You've heard this term Vision Zero. That's what it is any serious injury or fatal crash is unacceptable. The next goal that's required is monitoring progress. So we did look at 5 years of crash data for this effort. The idea is that going forward, we'll do this routinely and share progress with how we're doing and how we're on a path to achieving our goals, and as well as look at how if there's any tendency or trend changes in crash types or locations or severity changes. Other goals, and I won't spend a lot of time on this, but it's all about institutionalizing a safe system approach. If you don't know what a safe system approach is, it includes a lot of these type of elements that there needs to be coordination between public safety staff, which we do that through our traffic safety committee, a good public engagement and prioritizing safety in our communications, which I believe we do a good job of that now, as well as prioritizing projects and programs that we deliver to the public so that we do implement improvements that are intended to improve safety and reduce crash rates. The last item there is related to crash responses, and being an island, that's always going to be an issue with flights and whatnot on and off the island. But again, the intent is to have an effective response to crashes. Just to quickly go over some project areas, and I won't break down each of these maps, but let you know that the Bartlett Road corridor was identified as a corridor that with an array of safety improvements that were recommended for intersections, as well as bus stop accommodations and other type of traffic calming elements along the corridor. Surfside Road, the entire length or majority of the length that abut the schools from Four Corners down to Fairgrounds Road. Again, most of these are intersection improvements, but there are pavement markings and delineating crossings on bike paths that are recommended along this corridor as well. Old South Road, you're very familiar with the Old South Road corridor study recommendations. Those have been incorporated into this study as well as other pedestrian and transit and traffic calming improvements. And Sparks Avenue and the section between the Stop and Shop and the Sparks roundabout is an area that's been highlighted as, and we've done this recently, coordinating with developers in that area to ensure that there's a reduction in conflicts at driveways, and there's appropriate pedestrian accommodations so that there's no conflicts between vehicles and pedestrians, since that section is the area with the most frequent and severe crashes on the island. The last, well, I don't believe it's the last one, but on Pleasant Street, we did pilot a bike accommodation along the corridor. We got direction that of what is preferred for Pleasant Street corridor, which is a sidewalk and not a one-way traffic flow. So that's been incorporated into this plan. The consultant did highlight, however, that they are concerned with the angled parking that's recommended along the frontage where the Stop and Shop is. And that was part of the vision of the Mid-Island area plan to create more of a Main Street atmosphere. And I did have some pushback on that because we do need to have more parking options. And I believe that that creates more of a Main Street aesthetic along that area that will contribute to safety by slowing traffic down. And so that's something to think about going forward. And Mr. Chair, there's no action recommended for this meeting, but like I mentioned, next month at your July meeting, you'll be requested to authorize a public review period from July 29th through your August meeting. The public presentation will be recorded and posted online on the project's website for the public to comment on. I think that's all I have for this presentation, Mr. Chair.
Great, thank you, Mike. Board members, questions?
Okay, I have some questions. Mike, so if our goal is in 5 years to go from 19 severe and fatal accidents to half that, it takes us like 10 years to build a roundabout if we even get it built. And the most dangerous area is, I think you just said, the Milestone roundabout area. So I guess what I'm saying is, how do we, if we're going to achieve this goal in 5 years of having half as many fatal and serious accidents, how do we boil all of these fantastic ideas that are data-based down to really what are the couple things that are affordable or achievable that we can do in 5 years that will keep more people alive? I mean, I think if we're going to have a plan, that's how we have to approach it. Because we can't do everything, and some of these things we can't do in 5 years.
Mr. Chair, as a measuring success on this, making sure we're on the right path, this says by the year 2030, those fatal and serious crashes will be reduced by half. So in 2031, 2032, we'll do an analysis. We'll look back at from 2025, this year, to 2030, and see what the numbers come out to be. If that averages, 1.9 a year, then I would consider that to be a success. How to realize that, not only, it's not just all capital improvements to fixing intersections and providing paths. A lot of it is ensuring safe speeds, ensuring that existing roadways are as safe as they can be under their existing configuration with markings and crosswalk markings or in appropriate locations. That developments that are approved actually reduce conflicts at certain driveways, and that there's actually a culture of safety within the community that we all embrace, and that we all believe that it's unacceptable to have serious fatal crashes, to travel at unsafe speeds, to have vehicles that are not appropriate for the roadway, they're uninspected, or have other features that would have the vehicle create a situation. And it's the driver themselves. Like 20% of crashes involve a cell phone. So we'll reduce this by 20% just by not texting and driving. That's an easy fix. Just do not text and drive, down 20%. But also DUIs. And Mr. Chair, I don't know what we do about deer collisions, but we have a very high crash rate involving deer, and we've shared those in previous meetings on maps, and it's a higher. And I don't know what you can do about that. Other than drive slowly and be cautious and maybe lower the deer population. I don't know, but those are all things. It's not just one thing. It's not one intersection that gets fixed and we solve the problem. It's a variety of things, and a lot of it's cultural.
That's great. Thank you, Mike.
So I guess I'm just saying, if we're going to have success, we have to message and very intentionally. And there's so many things in. Are you saying, Mike, that the way we will have success is we really do have to work on all of these things, and that my suggestion that we might boil it down to more of a focus that we message very strongly about, but that we would have to the decision for this board would be, what do we want to focus on with your guidance, of course? Are you saying that that's actually not going to be a viable option? We really actually have to do all of these things.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's focusing on projects that have the biggest bang for the buck, that reduce the conflicts and and there are very appropriate countermeasures to identified crash concerns. It wasn't the milestone rotary, it was the section of the Sparks rotary that had a really high crash rate. So if that development if those conflicts are managed well going forward, we'll do a lot there. But a lot of it's cultural, and texting and driving, messaging to drive safe, the speed feedback. What I thought was a monumental approval at town meeting was approving 4 speed feedback signs. If that has any type of effect, I think we're going in the right direction. And hopefully we don't just achieve half, we actually achieve the 75% in 5 years. But that's kind of the point, is to have that holistic array of just cultural and capital investments, but also monitor this to make sure that we're on the right track.
And part of us on the planning side of things is for us to be cognizant of how people come and go out of property. It's about how we allow curb cuts or don't. I think that I think the holistic approach is the way. I agree with Mike. Yes.
I mean, it's like Francis Union Street. No one uses their blanket. No one turns signal.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of frustrating, and I definitely see a lot of accidents happening there and more. So it's just a little more etiquette, I guess, would be nice to help out Mike as well.
Well, I think
Maybe
public education.
the campaign, he's done the bucket thing, so.
Yeah.
You know, don't be a stinky.
I know you're going
blanket.
straight, but I'm about to turn signal.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so no action on this item. I'm sorry, were you? Any more questions? Or you good?
No, I just think that we have to have a focus so that we can message, but I'm still not clear if we're gonna winnow down, but I'll wait till the next one.
Yeah, we
for
have,
the
this is the
report.
process, so there'll be more opportunity. Okay, so, is that it, Mike, for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.